Very good evening, my friends. How are you? Hope you guys are doing very well, and welcome on this new educational video from Extreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Today actually I was planning to make a live trading video, but instead of that I thought it's more important to actually make a video and take my time in it explaining to you everything about my strategy that I'm using to my daily trades. Now of course the very first thing we need to understand here that I'm actually a scalper. Everything about my strategy is about scalping. Now what does the scalper means? Scalper means that I'm actually aiming just a few pips only from a certain levels that I'm going to explain to you later in this video. What we are actually aiming, my friends, is to find the levels where we can see that the price or the market is about to reverse and just make a reaction on that after hitting that level. This reaction, which we call actually the shock of the candle, is what I am actually making my living from. This is what we are going to explain in this video, and we will talk about how to find these levels where the market actually gonna be falling like that, for example, and then immediately rises. This shock here or reaction of the candle is exactly where we are actually aiming to make our profits. And of course I'm going to explain to you later how we can find this exact level where the market is going to reverse, and how to know also where to set our take profit level, just to be sure that we are going to exit this deal with profit, regardless if the market is going to either continue falling later or rises up again. I'm gonna get out with the secured profit, and I'm going to explain all of that to you in this video. Now of course it's very important, the very important thing before everything else is to select your broker. You have to be very smart about selecting your broker, and for that reason I'm dealing with IC Markets. I have explained this to everyone here before. Of course, I'm making this video for the new joiners and subscribers to our channel. First of all, I would like to welcome them and wish them the best of luck and always the success in their trading journey. Now, of course, I'm using IC Markets since more than 5 years by now, since 2016, and in my opinion, they are the best Forex broker in the world for a scalper. The reason is, if we look here at this list right here, check out the spread that they are offering. It's almost zero. It's actually below 1 pip. If we look here carefully, we can see that the pound AUD has only 0.1 spread only on their trades. Euro USD has a flat 0.0, no spread at all on the Euro USD. USD CAD 0.3. Now as a scalper, this is very important because every single pip counts. Now of course they're gonna take a commission, which is really totally fine because we are paying for the commission for the great service, for the fast execution. Of course, as a scalper you have to look for a broker which provide for you a very fast order execution. If the order is gonna be delayed, then that's gonna be a problem. Even if I find another broker with lower spread than that, then I don't need it if they are providing lower or slower servers. I think IC Markets have it all, and if you check the reviews, they are #1 for the brokers in the world. Now of course, if you want to open account in the same broker that I'm using, you can check the description below this video. There is a link, you can click on it, my friends, to support the channel, and of course to also open account in the same broker that I'm using in this video to have and enjoy the best Forex scalping experience of your life. And for that you can take my word, it's gonna be indeed the best Forex experience for you. And I know a lot of people on my channel who have actually joined IC Markets, and right now they are really not willing at all to leave it because they are just very happy with the experience in this broker. Now, why is it so important for you as a scalper to count each and every single pip? It's simple as that, because as a scalper you're just aiming few pips only from each and every single trade. For example, by the way, that is all depends on the pair you are selecting to enter the deal. For example, if we are trading for enter a deal on the Euro USD, we can actually aim between 10 to 15 pips only from our trade. Only 10-15 pips is enough. If we are entering, for example, the pound NZD, it's a different story. We can actually aim between 20, or actually let me just be more specific, 15 to 25 pips of profit, because the pair is actually gonna move faster and it's provide higher volatility. Now of course, if you are scalping the gold, I always confuse about typing the gold command or the pair name. For the gold, actually we can aim more than that. We can aim between anything between 20 to 40 pips as a scalper. Yes, For scalping gold, this is actually fair enough because the pair actually moves very fast. One candle can actually move more than 200 pips. So scalping between 20 to 40 pips is actually very good. So it all depends on which pair you are using. Always remember, if you want to make more profits, in my opinion, and personally what I'm doing, I'm focusing always on scalping the gold and scalping the pound NZD and scalping the pound JPY and scalping also Euro NZD. These are my very fair. I always prefer these four pairs. They are my favorite, and every time I'm opening my MetaTrader, I'm always looking at these four pairs first thing. If I cannot find anything good, then I'm going to just look for the other pairs. Always these four pairs are my top priority to find the best setup. Now, before we move to the strategy, of course, we also have to talk about the risk to reward ratio. Now guys, by the way, this is a $100,000 account because it's of course it's a demo. It's not a live account at all. I'm not crazy to make a demonstration on my live account, of course, so I had to move on demo account to explain to you exactly how we can apply this strategy. But let's say, for example, if I'm having $100,000 account, all right, now it's very important to talk about the risk to reward ratio and what is my plan to be actually my plan actually as a funding or managing my funds. Now let me just explain to you. When you are opening a trade, each and every single trade you're opening is actually an investment. Each and every trade is investment. So when you are seeing a trade, for example, you are on the Euro USD and you are seeing here a valid setup that I want to actually buy the market. Now you have to think how much I'm going to invest in this trade. Each and every single trade you're opening, my friend, is a separated investment. For example, I have here $100,000 account. How much do I plan to invest in this trade? Let's say about $100. Meaning my stop loss should be exactly $100 and my profit should be between $100 and $150. So your risk to reward ratio should be varying between 1 to 1 or 1 to 2. It's really up to you. That is up to you. What I'm explaining here is actually my own thoughts and my own opinion about how do I managing my funds and my trades. Now, for example, as I said before, I'm going to invest $100 in this deal. But what if I failed? If I failed, I need now to talk about the daily profit and daily losses. Let me just talk about this first. When you are trading and you are having this $100,000 account, how much is your daily limit for the loss? Daily limit for the loss. Now the problem here with most of the traders, and I know that, all of them, everyone having always a limit for the daily loss, but I think almost no one have a daily limit for the profit. How much is your daily profit? This is actually, guys, very, very important aspect to be a successful trader. The problem here is, actually, I need to explain this again. Let me just open the paint and let me just explain it right here better. For example, we're having here Bob. Bob is a very happy trader. And as we can see right here, he's very happy, he's having his money and he's going to open his MetaTrader and yay, I'm gonna make some money today. So he opened MetaTrader and he have, for example, let's say $500 in his account. Now what he's gonna do, he's gonna open a trade and for example it's gonna be a successful deal and he's gonna make let's say $20 of profit. Right now Bob have $520 of profit. Now Bob is very happy. What he's gonna do, he's gonna open another trade. He's lucky again and the next trade has actually made profit. So now the account is $550. What's he gonna do? He's gonna continue trading and the account now is gonna be $650. And the thing is here that Bob is very happy and very excited and he's gonna keep trading over and over and over and over till eventually he loses it all in one single trade, because actually he has a very much self-confidence that I can actually continue making money over and over and over and over and over and over. Now the only thing gonna stop Bob from trading is losing all his profits. Losing all the money that he have made is gonna be the only way to stop Bob from trading and making him go to the bed, because actually there is nothing gonna stop him. The mistake that Bob have done here he didn't set for himself as a limit for the profits. So if you have $500 account, for example, your daily maximum loss should be, for example, let's say $50, and your daily profit as the beginning should be $50 as well. Once you make the $50 profit, just stop trading. Stop trading. Don't continue. Don't push yourself. Don't push your luck more than that. Just always be sure that you're having like a form. Like today, Monday, I have made $50 profit. Tuesday, maybe I will lose $20. Then Wednesday, I'm gonna today actually I'm gonna make another $50 profit. On Thursday, I will make profit of 30. Friday, I will lose $10. Eventually, you will end up in a profit. Every single day actually can give you either a profit or loss. What matters, my friends, is the results at the end of the week. The result of the week, for example, here, I don't know, 30, 80, 110, it's going to be $120 of profit. So eventually the results of the end of the week is what matters. If today was a loss, then just accept it. Suck it. Yes, seriously, suck it. Just go to the next day, move to the next day, move on to the next day. Next day you can recover all the losses and you can make profits. Then once you reach your limit of the profits, stop trading and just wait for the next day. Now I know this is very hard emotionally to control yourself, but if you want to be a successful trader, you always have to set limits like this. Never ever continue trading the whole day. Never ever do the overtrading. Overtrading is gonna actually eventually kill you, because the only way to stop you from trading is gonna be losing your account. Now, after explaining this, now the other most important part about being a successful trader is always make sure that your initial deposit is always safe away from being in risk. What does it mean? It means, for example, if you have $500 account, and you have to make sure that the very first trade you're going to open at all is going to be somehow trusted, and just wait for the perfect setup that you think is going to provide you the profit. And after that, let's say, for example, you made $30 profit from this trade. Now what you are going to do next, on the next trade, you're going to have $530. Try to invest only the profit that you have made on the next deal. So for example, on the next trade you're gonna open, the stop loss is gonna be exactly $30, and of course vice versa, the take profit level should be also 30. Now in this case, if you have lost the next trade, at least your initial deposit is still safe and far from being lost. And if you have made a profit, your total account is gonna be $560 right now. Now what you can do next, on the next trade, you might think I'm going to tell you risk the whole profit. No, this is wrong. What you have to do is risk a percentage of this profit. For example, let's say I'm going to risk 50% of the profit I have made. So on the next deal, I'm going to also risk $30 on the next trade. The whole idea is that right now on the third trade, your initial deposit, which is $500, plus some of the profit that you have made right here earlier, 30, is still safe and far from being risked. Now on the next trade, you're gonna risk $30, meaning the stop loss should be $30. Now you're just risking half of the profit that you have made in total. So let's say, of course, if you lost it, which has happened usually, you're gonna end up with a count of $530, which is still fine because your initial deposit is still there plus some profit. But if you have made a profit, now your account, this is so messy right now, your account is gonna be $590. Again, keep risking only part of the profit that you have made, always percentage of the profit that you have made. So you can risk, for example, $50 right now on the next trade, as that means that the stop loss has to be $50, and so on and so on and so on. Now, with the help of my strategy that I'm going to teach you right here, you're gonna have, in my opinion, no less than 85 winning ratio strategy. With this means that the stop loss might be hidden sometimes, but actually the take profit level is gonna be hidden much more often. Now, I think after explaining everything about the fund management and fund management and risk management, now it's time to go to explain the strategy itself. So me as a trader, what do I do every day? Now, first of all, I just open the charts. Oh, by the way, this is very important. I need to explain to you this. I see the comments. There are some questions about how can I actually open the chart directly, because they are telling me, Salah, we have to click right click right here and click on chart window, and then go to the time frame to the template and apply our new template on the chart. It's annoying. It's killing us. How do you do that? How can you? Okay. What I'm doing actually, guys, is simply drag and drop. Look at the pound NZD. Look at the mouse cursor. Now I just just drag it. You know how to drag, I think. And as you can see, there is a square or rectangle has appeared right here at the bottom of the mouse cursor. Just simply drag it and drop it right here. Boom, that's it. Just because I'm actually used to do that very fast. Sometimes you might miss seeing it, but I'm just doing it very quickly, that's all. Just like that. All right, perfect. So now what we need to find here. Now let me go to the depth of the strategy itself. What is the strategy that I'm using every day in my daily trades? Now, first of all, we need to understand that to use my strategy, I need to switch between two time frames. The first one is going to be the 4-hour time frame, and the other one is going to be a 15-minute time frame. Now, what is the reason for that? So let's just make it very simple. On the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to identify where is my current location on the market, if I am on a resistance level or if I am on a support level. The only purpose of the 4-hour time frame is to just find out if I am on a resistance or support. That's it. Now we need to switch to the 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, all the magic is happening there, because on the 15-minute time frame, we will identify exactly where we are going to place our buy order and sell order. Now, if you want to place your buy order, for example, randomly on the resistance level, first of all, you're gonna lose, as simple as that. Second of all, you're gonna lose again. Very simple as that. Because actually, this is what pisses me off. Most of the Forex traders, the Forex teachers, what they are teaching the traders is always, my friend, you have to buy the low and sell the high. That's it. I mean, they are just making it so simple, but they are not being precise about where to place your buy order or sell order. Now, I know there is a lot of good teachers out there, but I'm just talking in general. Now, the thing you need to find here on the 15-minute time frame is where exactly I can place my buy order, and is this support level valid to be bought in the first place or not? All of that is going to be answered on the 4-hour and 15-minute time frame. So right now I'm on the 15-minute time frame. Let me just move to this chart right here, or this structure, and show you here something. Now, personally, I would now avoid entering any setup right here. What? But it's on a resistance level. Why won't you sell? Now, okay, let me tell you something. As a scalper, I'm just aiming always the best and most safe entries as much as possible. For me, if I draw here a resistance line like that, for the pound NZD, we can see that the pair has already fallen. As we can see, the pair has already reversed from where I wanted it to be reversing. So therefore, the pair has fallen for, look at that, about 43 pips already. So therefore, that means that this setup is no longer valid. Now, the next valid setup here, in my opinion, is gonna be if this pair right here falls all the way right here to hit that previous resistance. Anyway, I'm rushing to talk about this. Let me just explain to you first what is my strategy before explaining to you the setups. Alright, so let me now just talk about the strategy itself, and let me explain to you how we can actually find the setups. Now, first of all, my strategy is depending on two time frames. The first one is the 4-hour time frame, and the second one is the 15-minute time frame. Now, what's the use of the 4-hour time frame, and what is the use of the 15-minute time frame? Now, of course, everyone knows that we always have to buy low and sell high. In Forex world, it's the golden rule that you should always buy the low level and sell the high level, or actually, in other words, buy the support and sell at the resistance. So now, you're gonna use the 4-hour time frame to know exactly where is your level right now, if you are on a resistance level or if you are on a support level. That is the only use of the 4-hour time frame. Later on, all of the magic gonna happen on the 15-minute time frame, because if on the 4-hour time frame, for example, if I was on the peak of the resistance, I'm gonna need to switch to now to the 15-minute time frame, and on the 15-minute time frame, I'm gonna identify and analyze the market to know where exactly I'm going to sell. Since I'm on the resistance, of course, I need to look for sell opportunities, and the 15-minute time frame is the way to find a very specific and perfect level to start selling. As I said before, as a scalper, every single pip counts. So you don't really want to find a trade where the trade might go actually in -3 or -5 or -10 pips of loss. We want to avoid that. We want to have the perfect entry, so we can actually immediately enter at the exact level of the perfect level for the reversal, and hopefully the market gonna reverse and give me straight away 10 or 15 pips of profit, hopefully without any drawdowns. So let me just explain to you right now how we can find the setups on the 4-hour time frame first, then how we can switch to the 15-minute time frame. Let me first try to find a setup on the 4-hour time frame. So let's start, of course, with the pound NZD. Now, for example, if I want to find a setup right now, the pound NZD in a good position to start buying, let me explain the reason. Let me zoom in on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see right here, we are having, let me just change it to make it like this better. So as we can see on the 4-hour time frame, we are having here a resistance level, and we are having right here also a previous support level. Now remember, since I'm on the 4-hour time frame, each and every candle counts. So even these 2 weeks right here, they are representing a resistance, because if we look at the left, we can see that the same level also was a resistance as well. Meaning, right now, that resistance has been broken out from, and now the market is revisiting the same level of the resistance. Now, this is very important to say something here. As we can see, the market actually has just reversed from the peak of another 2 attempts of a resistance. That means that most likely the market is going to continue the fall. Then why do I ask you to buy here? Actually, we are just seeking the reaction of the candle. The market eventually, or the candle eventually, going to continue falling. That's for sure, in my opinion. But actually, the candle is not going to continue the fall right away. Most likely, the candle is going to just make a shock or reaction to the level after touching that previous resistance level to create a first attempt of a support, and after that the candle is going to continue the fall. As I said before, my profit is going to be made out of that reaction of touching the level of the previous support. Now, how do we see that? We have to go to the 15-minute time frame. So go to the 15-minute time frame, and as we can see, we had right here a previous support level, and this is the previous resistance, and as we can see on the 15-minute time frame, we had right here the first attempt of a support. So the support has already been created. The first attempt of the support has already been created. Now, where do I need to enter? I need to enter exactly on the second attempt of the support. This is exactly where I want to place my trade. Now, it's very important before we proceed with the deal itself, since I told you that we have to be very specific about the levels where we should start buying the pair or selling the pair. It depends, of course, on how you draw your resistance and support line, because if you want to have the really perfect entry, you have to be very careful and wise about how you draw your support line. So for example, right now we can see that I have drawn my support level right here, but if I want to be very specific, is it really right here? Is this where the resistance or the support line should be drawn here? Maybe the pair will reverse now, maybe not. So where exactly to know where the pair is going to reverse? It's very important, my friend. This is actually the most important part of the strategy. Now, let me tell you something and be very specific. There are arguments about where we should draw or we should put our support line. Look at that. The candle is falling. Perfect. I'm going to explain this. Now, actually, I had this argument with one of my fellow traders. He said that we should always draw the support line exactly on the closure of the candles, And of course, I disagreed with him. I told him, no, we should draw it somewhere else. I will explain it to you right now. So, as I said before, this is the support. So if you want to draw your support line, the really perfect way to draw your support line and focus, my friends, is always that the line should be touching the peak of both of these wicks, just like that. If, for example, I want to find good example. If, for example, we are drawing our support line here, exactly right here. In this case, the support should be drawn not at the bottom of the wick right here, not exactly right here. No, we have to draw it in a way that this support line touches the peak of each and every single tail. So it has to be like that. Look at that. Now the candle has touched the level. I'm going to place the buy order. Perfect. Check that out. Now this is what I'm talking about. We always have to focus to find the really perfect entry. If I happen to enter earlier, I would have actually been in loss right now and the candle might go against me. But since I have placed my trade right here exactly on the same level, which I have mentioned, now you can see that the entry was not so perfect, of course, because the pound NZD has 1.4 or 1.5 spread. And of course, this is what exactly happened. Yes, almost 2 spread. Now, of course, I have to mention something, my friends. This strategy can never 100% work. Not every single time. So this trade might fail, of course, which is really normal. I'm not telling you that it's going to be 100% profitable strategy. There are some moments that the strategy might fail. And if this trade has failed, of course, I'm going to have to explain to you in different setup, because I will never leave this video with a failed setup. I have to explain my strategy in a brief, and I'm sure of my strategy and I trust it. Therefore, I hope it's going to really reverse indeed on the same level I have mentioned. So let me just go back to the previous example here. Now, as I told you, the perfect way to draw our support line is not going to be here at the level, the lowest level of the candle or the tail. It has to be in a way that the candle, the line, look at the line, is touching both of the 3 tails. Perfect, like that. So as you can see, or you know something, let me just make it more simple. Draw your support line in a way that the horizontal line here is touching the shortest wick of the pattern. So this is the pattern right here, and the resistance, the support line here should be touching the shortest one among them, and voila, like that, perfectly fine. So therefore, this is exactly where gonna be the level where we can start again buying the pair if the candle ever gonna fall to this level. Of course, it depends if this was a support number 1 or not, but I'm just telling you exactly where we can draw the support line. I need to find another good example. Not here. I don't think there is anything valid. However, I just want to prove that my theory is correct. And look at that. Now this candle still has about 40 seconds of its expiration time. And I want to show you that most likely this candle gonna close exactly on the line that I have drawn here. I have to prove it. So therefore, let me just please pause the recording and I'll be back to you in just 20 seconds to show you how this candle gonna close. So as you can see, so far the candle is reversing. Of course, I'm not promising that it will gonna be in profit. However, I just need to explain to you guys, if in case the candle has indeed reversed here, where is exactly we should have exit our trade. Now, this is my one of the aspects of the strategy, is to find exactly where the level where we can set our take profit level. You just cannot actually set random levels for the take profit level. You cannot just set, okay, I want my take profit to be here because I want to make, for example, $338. Sadly, you have to follow the setup what it provides you. So, for example, since I have placed my trade right here exactly on the red line. Now we need to understand that I have placed my trade on a support level. Now, where to exit my trade, or where is the take profit level? The take profit level must be set, exactly on the nearest support or resistance to my entry. Let me just make it very clear, because I think this part here is very confusing for so many of you. Now, since I have placed my trade right here on this support level, now let me just look right here, guys. Look at this structure right here. Look at this structure. Let me just draw here this shape. So if we want to see here that we had here a previous resistance level, and right here also we are having a support level. This is the nearest, by the way. So only these two we have. We have only this previous resistance and we have a support. Now, if this candle ever gonna continue rising, which one of these two is gonna be hidden first? Let me call this one number 1 and this here number 2. If this candle is gonna ever continue rising, which one of these two is gonna be hidden first? Is it number 1 or number 2? Of course, the answer is very simple. It's number 1. Number 1 is gonna be revisited first before number 2. That being said, number 1 should be my take profit level. And of course, to identify exactly where the take profit level should be, we're gonna do exactly the same. Now, this support level right here consists of two tails, number 1 and number 2. These are the two tails that representing this support level. So the take profit level has to be placed exactly like that. Look at that, in a way that this horizontal line touches the shortest one among them. So the take profit level should not be placed here, because you are missing this wick right here or the tail right here. So you have to place your horizontal line exactly like that, in a way that the line touches the shortest one of them, meaning we can aim from this trade 15 pips of profit. And of course, for safety measures, we always have to be setting exactly. So let me just set the take profit exactly like that. And of course, regarding the stop loss, it's really up to you how you are handling your funds. You can make it the same. You can make it exactly 15 pips as well. So we can have 50 to 50 winning ratio in this deal, of course, I mean. And therefore, this is one of the ways to select your take profit level. It has to be done based on the 15-minute time frame. Don't select the nearest support or resistance based on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is only dedicated to identify where we can actually enter our trade, but go to the 15-minute time frame to identify exactly where exactly we are going to enter the trade. So I don't know if we should wait for this one or not, because it's not actually part of the training to have a winning trade, since I'm on a demo account anyway, and I really don't give a damn if this trade is gonna be profitable or not. I think we have to just ignore this setup and just move to the other one. Yeah, I just really don't care. I just don't have time to wait for this setup to be eventually in profit or not. There are so other better setups than that, but however, I don't think this is the time to actually make any live trading sessions. Let me just delete this line also so it won't confuse us. Yes, like that. I think better right now if we talk about the perfect setups that you always should be aiming. Let me now move to the 4-hour time frame, and let me tell you, for example, I need to find a better chart so I can show you exactly where exactly we can find the really good setups that we should always be waiting for. For example, I think this one here is correct. Yes, this is, for example, on the pound CHF. It's really ideal that if you wait here to see at the peak of the resistance right here. Now let me tell you something. I know what I said now doesn't make any sense. I have to be very precise and very specific and clear about this part, because it's really very important. Now, let me explain to you something here. When you see a resistance consist of just like that long wick on the peak on the top of the candles, the longer the wick, the strongest the level. Meaning, if you see a support level consists of just one candle like that with a long wick at its top, and then the market has reversed, this is actually very, very good level for starting buying later. Because if the market actually gonna continue, you know something, this is not good here. Let me draw it here. It's gonna be better, I think. Yes, better. So what I was saying is, we have to find here, for example, a peak of the resistance which look like that exactly, just like a candle with a long wick at its top, and then the market has reversed. Now what you need to do is mark this line right here. I need to mark a line here. Mark your resistance line like that, and just wait for the market actually to fall down, to break out from that previous resistance, and then revisiting again the same peak level, the same level of the peak of the resistance. Most likely this is where the market is gonna indeed reverse. This is where you can start again placing your buy order. This is exactly where the new support is gonna be born. Most likely, in most cases, this is how it's gonna happen. Actually, the Euro NZD is a very good example. The Euro NZD was really a very good example. Check that out. I have placed my trade exactly right here at the peak of that previous resistance. That was not really a scalping, but however, if we look at the left, we can see that here, actually I could have a better trade, but I noticed that later. Look at that. This is very important, my friends. This is what I'm teaching you here. Look at that. So we are going to actually start buying the Euro NZD exactly at the same level of the peak of the resistance right here, assuming that this is going to be a new support, and it was indeed. But however, how can I really have the perfect entry? Instead of being in loss for about 28 or 27 pips of loss before the pair finally reversed and be in profit, how can I be how can I have a very accurate entry and just make sure I'm gonna be in profit? It all depends on the nearest support to that resistance. Look at that. So we are having here this resistance level, and if we look at the left of the same level, we can see that we had right here previously a support. Now, here's the magic. Check this resistance line here, or I'm gonna drag it down here, and look at the mouse cursor. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to draw my support line exactly as I'm telling you. On this, notice that the line is also, of course, touching the same resistance level we talked about. But however, this support line is perfectly fitting with the support pattern, as I have mentioned before. So the horizontal line is touching both of the tails of the support pattern. And what do you see next? Check that out. This is not only a perfect entry, this is the entry that you always want to aim. This is perfect because the pair has reversed exactly with a 0 flat or 0 pips of loss on loss, and immediately went all the way in 130 pips of profit. So if you always, my friends, want to have really a perfect entry, always make sure that that previous resistance level, which is becoming a new support level, was also previously a new support. So let me give another example if you want to have another perfect entry. You can consider it as a signal, I don't care. I think it's going to be worth it. Let me just try to find something where actually we can have really a very good entry in the future, and it's going to provide us a good setup. So I'm just trying to find something here and there. I just want really a very clear chart where I can see that the market is going to give us a promising setup so I can show it to you. Okay, I think it already happened, or maybe it is going to happen. Let me show you here. For example, on the AUD NZD on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that right here we had the previous resistance. That resistance right now has become a new support. But however, is this the perfect entry? Not yet. We don't know yet. We have to analyze more to identify if this is going to be the perfect entry or not yet. So the candle right now is red, and as we can see, it's falling down. It actually might fall down a little bit more. So how can I really have the perfect entry? Simply scroll to the left, scroll more to the left until you find the support. Look at that. This is the support level. This is the support level which has later on become a resistance. What you need to do is drag the line in a way that the line touches all of the tails, exactly like that. Perfect. Look at that. Now my support line is touching this tail and this tail as well. Now go back to the current time, and here exactly where you can place the buy order, and hopefully it's going to be really a very good deal and profit. The reason for that the support level in the past is going to always be respected. Not always, I cannot say always, but however 90% of the time, if not even 95% of the time, actually, yeah, I will go to the 95%. 95% of the time is going to be respected. And if you want to make sure, only check the history. So this is exactly what I have drawn my support line. Check the history where the market has reacted to this level as a support. It had really a perfect entry right here, and also right here, as we can see, another perfect entry. Let's dig more. Let's go to the left. Look at that, guys. Focus on the supports. Here, perfect entry. Here, perfect entry. Keep going. Look at the supports only, not the resistance. I'm looking for a support level where this line was also previously a support. I think we messed up somehow. The chart here is out of control. Anyway, no problem. The idea is there, I think. Now we can calmly place the trade order right here. We just have to wait for the pair to fall for another 12 pips before we can start buying it. So of course, if we ever buy the AUD and ZD right here, we need to switch to the 15-minute time frame to identify our take profit level. So if I have placed my the problem here is we cannot see the candles, but if I place my trade right here, for example, here exactly as I told you, now where is going to be my take profit level? If the market is actually going to continue the fall, our take profit level has to be at the nearest support or resistance to my entry. Now, of course, as we can see right here, if this candle gonna continue to fall like that, the nearest support to my entry is gonna be exactly right here. Here we have a small support. I don't know if you can see it, guys. The candle is way zoomed out, and we can see here that we had a resistance. So this is exactly gonna be the take profit level. So we can be aiming about 12 or 13 pips profit from this trade. Let me just zoom in so you can see it. This is the level I talked about. This is the nearest support to my entry if I place the trade right here as I told you, and after that this is gonna be the take profit level because this is the nearest support to my entry, and so on and so on. So in general, this is pretty much my strategy, guys. It's always about finding the breakouts, and after that wait for the market to revisit the same level again of the previous resistance, but always check on the left to see if that previous level of the resistance was indeed a support. Draw your line like that and just get ready to enter your trade, and hopefully it's gonna be in a good profit. This is working on the 4-hour and the 15-minute time frame, by the way. So here I was precise on the 4-hour time frame, but however, if I find that I am on a support level on the 4-hour time frame, I can switch to the 15-minute time frame right now and try to find another good setup where I can see that the market was previously a support as well on the same level of the resistance. So I can draw my line based on the 15-minute time frame. I don't have to draw it on the 4-hour time frame. I can draw my line based on the 15-minute time frame. Now, of course, I have explained here in brief the strategy, and hopefully on the next video I'm going to make more live trading videos, and I will explain also more about the reason behind each and every single trade I do in these live trading videos. So I don't think I can make it more simple than that. I cannot make it clearer than that. I think it was really so clear, and I have made it very obvious how we can actually enter trades or find setups with this strategy. I encourage you guys to try it in IC markets, of course. I don't think you can have the same results of mine with any other broker, and of course I'm really encouraging you to try this strategy yourself, and if you're finding yourself failing, just wait for my new live trading video. So hopefully watching these live trading videos is gonna give you more experience about how to apply the strategy. So until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.